Welcome back to Popes and Pilots. Let's play some more Europa Universalis IV as Saxony. We're still apparently going for a custom achievement. The Saxon Federation, we have to have Voltaire's nightmare happen, so 75 princes in the HRE, while following a whole bunch of rules about expansion, especially not annexing princes, the rules for cultures and religions we're allowed to take. You'll find those rules down there in the comment, in the doobly-doo. The video description, that's the word. And also you will find a more detailed description of the original plan for this in the comments for the first video. Now, we had a bit of a setback, and we're currently a subject under Russia, which really I don't like. That needs to stop. We have been buttering up some people and looking for people to, support our independence. And the Swedes are closest, but they're not close. And then everybody else is just new. I thought this looked better before. There must have been some... Wasn't Poland willing and able to do this? I feel like Poland was right on the top of this list. What happened there? Are we already being supported by Poland? No, there's a... Oh, they're at war. Okay. So there's actually Castile. It's very close when their truce ends. And Russia. Poland is very close when they're no longer at war. Okay, cool. Who are you at war with? Hungary, Anhalt, Wallachia, Milan, and Lüneburg. Alright. You do you, Poland. Don't need too much empire, please. I don't like that very much. Still don't really want to do this. We're not close to assemble an army. Would like to complete acquire subjects at some point, but And of course defend the empire once we can become emperor again. We will eventually. Still wonder whether we should grab parliament. Out of interest, does this... There are no electors yet. Interesting. So the empire just became a Protestant empire. And Flanders became the emperor. And apparently we're the only elector. That's kind of funny. I assume we can't vote for ourselves because of our status, yeah. Oh, that's Brabant. It's not Flanders. Now... What I actually wanted to know is... I can't see it now because I'm... I want to see the rules for becoming the emperor. Because I want to know whether I can take parliament or not. EU for Holy Roman Empire. Holy Roman Empire. Paradoxically. Sorry you can't see that right now, but electing the emperor. Can only be selected from candidates that are male, accept the imperial religion, or the accepted imperial religion, independent ruler, not a subject, so that's why we can't right now, monarchs, so not rulers of republics or theocracies, leading a country with the capital on the same continent. You do not have to be a member of the empire. It doesn't say anything about parliament. E4 Emperor Parliament. So we will. The reason I'm wondering is because I would not be able to take the government reform Parliament while if I'm an emperor, right? Or did I? Was that States? Oh, that was States General. Never mind. I looked at the wrong thing. So we can't do this as the emperor of the HRE. Probably the other way works, but I don't know how that. Maybe not. But this should work. So we end up not having nobles and we get in the parliament. I mean, it feels like we must do that, right? But hey, pains me to see those accepted cultures, but hey. Nobles are currently unhappy, but that's going to change very soon. I don't know. I have skimmed your comments recently. I saw that there were a bunch of comments of continuing to play, so that's why, well, one of the reasons that we are. But I haven't fully read them. Some of them are very long and I haven't had the time yet. So I don't know if anybody of you commented about Parliament. If you haven't, please do, because I don't know if I should. I think we can still keep a bunch of points saved up, so we're not losing much, just the bonuses that we would get from it right now. I just don't know. What I do know is that we need to get rid of some admin, and I don't know how high is my inflation. It's not super high. How much longer do we have the inflation reduction thing? Oh, for very long. So I'm not going to spend admin on reducing inflation. I'm just going to go ahead and develop a bit. That's going to be fine. Greifswald is really cheap. So if we gave Greifswald an edict, it would be even cheaper. For Pommern, why don't you have a encourage development edict? And then Greifswald can have some admin. Not a ton, because we can't, but hey. So what are we waiting for? We're waiting for certain truces to end. We're waiting for certain improved relations, I guess. We're really waiting for people to, you know, get to the point where they want to support our independence. It is Castile. Wait, is Poland back on the list? Or did they just drop even further? Poland. I mean, I could just check with Poland themselves, but confusing. Poland? You're still at war, so we can't. I don't know why you were not down there in that list. Maybe you had even more negatives now. Why does everybody have to be so negative? I think we had mill cap, right? This is fine. I believe we're at mill cap. Yep. So we don't really want to go and do more of that. I also think we ran out of buildings to build, right? Well, Greifswald is fine now. Hanover is an okay manufactory. That's it. Might as well grab some boats. Oh, we are already building some. Cool. Cool. Any states that need making? Not really. Not really at all. Oh, we could take admin tech super ahead of time. Yeah, I assume. Oh, or an anvil. What are we focused on right now? Dip. And it's the only one that's not really going off. Alright. This is fine. Now I've been thinking a little bit about idea groups. And I think we still have to go for religious next. Would be a shame to not have it if we can finally continue to do some expansion. But I'm in a position where I kinda want to take another military idea group. So we can have a better chance in fights against people like the French. They're just disgustingly strong. Yeah, we can have troops, but if they have the morale and discipline advantage, then what are we going to do? We're just going to die. That's what we're going to do. And I don't like that. I don't enjoy dying much. No, as long as I'm under personal union, I can't, like, go to war or something, right? Pretty sure that's what that... part of what that does. Yeah. Can't fight your own wars. So that's sad. I would like to expand. But people are not really willing to let me right now. Kazan. I don't think we want Kazan. I mean, it's more people. But I really don't give a hoot about Kazan. Would love for Castile to be able to. How long is your truce to Russia, Castile? Oh, was that in the big war, in our war? 75. That's a long time. That is a long time. I don't like it. We need to break free earlier than that, if we possibly can. Everything else would just be bait. I wanted to do this and then talk to more outraged people. Not that I can currently expand, but hey, why not? France is in a war against Castile. That's interesting. What's your war? It is the Lorrainian reconquest of Metz. Okay. Lorraine, France, and Mainz. If you could release Mainz, that would be so great. I mean, I don't think that Castile's gonna do that, but that would be sweet. Can't put any. Well, we could. I'm gonna do some mill clicks, so I can do some more admin clicks here. And then probably Meppen gets the next round. Hello, Meppen. Don't need defensiveness anyway. Why do you have defensiveness? I know why. Because I forget things. That's the thing I do. Any more defensiveness edicts? Yes. Nedict. Nedict. Alright. How are we doing trade-wise these days? At some point I want to switch my node here. 10% is actually already pretty good. And there's so much more money in Lübeck than there is in here. It might be worth the switch now. I did the math at some point. It's just gonna be pretty good. Not gonna be insane. We're gonna drop the trade power from Saxon, Lauenburg, Mecklenburg, and Utrecht at some point, so we're gonna have slightly less here. I think we can make more money that way. Just move our trade capital to the Lübeck node. And our last general has died. Sad. We're gonna need those for the war. Should I try? I think I should try. So let's try to do the math real quick. At least roughly back with the envelope style. So we're not gonna have minus 44%. Instead we're gonna get plus 20% from steering. So we're gonna end up at 120% instead of, what's this right now? 56. So it's round about double the trade power, give or take, you know. Double the trade power, which I assume it's gonna mean double the money. I think it should. So instead of collecting 4.79 ducats, we would be collecting like 9 ducats. That's slightly better than what we collect in here right now. Also, the trade value of Lübeck is going to increase a tiny bit because we're going to steer from here instead of there, which should again increase. I think it's a gain. Let's do it. See what happens. Trade 13 ducats. That's pass a month. Check the prestige. See if that's somewhat stable. Yeah, still 13.3 ish. Now I'm going to move my trade capital to, let's say, Stralsund. 177, sure. Say 10.3, 13.3. Do this, and then you. Oh, we're gonna have to wait a month for things to figure themselves out. At that point, we're probably gonna drop in income. Yep. And then I'm gonna transfer from here with the guy from Lübeck. Why do I have a guy? Oh, I have a guy collecting in the English Channel still. I didn't account for that. That might make this worse. That might lead to me making less money right now. I think it's still the right thing to do in the long run. There's actually less money? Huh. I mean, other things might have happened, but it's a lot less money right now. I don't love it. We went... Oh, right, because we're not getting any of the transfer bonuses because of the collecting here. I'm gonna try steering instead. I don't think it's gonna help, but I'm gonna try. So right now we're at 11.98. Gonna grab the guy from the English Channel and put him here. And then see what happens. We're gonna keep going down. Yeah, it's even worse. I'm gonna give it one more month, just in case. But I think we made it a lot worse. Yeah. So definitely one of the steering people needs to go and collect in the English Channel instead, I guess. We did almost double our participation here. We collect 10 ducats here now, which is cool, but we no longer get this. So my math was kind of right, except I forgot about the English Channel completely. Let's take you and collect here again. The guy from Saxony. That should put me back to like 12, right? Yeah, 12.18. We're still down a ducat. But it's something. Lose loyalty on the nobles, potentially have stuff happen, or they get oversticht. I don't really want to give them oversticht, I don't think. It's somewhere around here, right? There you are. That's not at all a noble place, no. Oh. And the noble rebels actually did rise. Luckily enough, we have a guy here. Do I have my edicts, my policy still on? I believe I do, right? I should consider not having this on. But for now, I definitely want it on while I'm buying a general. That's a cruddy general. It's also a cruddy general. Do we go for number 3? I think so. What a waste of mill power. That's a general. And then fire the one that has no combat pips. This one here. And then go kill those rebels. Trade League of Potigara has disbanded. Important. Important. Potigara, somewhere here, right? Yeah. It's a very important trade league to know about. Very, very important. Probably need to do some more admin development again. I should probably spend more than what I've been spending. But now I don't have the mill to continue doing what I did earlier. So I guess we just put this in Paderborn. And Stralsund too? Why not? It's gonna be a while before we can take tech, so it's probably fine to overspend here a little. Anybody? No, still the same thing happening. Except for the city of Voronezh dropping down. Castile. What's with Austria? Friendly towards Russia. You just hated Russia earlier, didn't you? I feel like you hated Russia earlier. But that could change. We might have to wait for Castile. And it's terrible. But what can you do? Except wait for the Spanish. I guess I grab a Diplo rep guy here. You might be reduced price, are you? Maybe a bit, but let's go for Diplo rep. Because that way at least we have an increased chance of getting those supports. Everybody has been improved with. I believe the French and the Castilians and all are very close to cap. I mean, it might as well cap you out, but you're still at cap in Poland. Almost. Need them to stop being at war. So maybe we can have a friend in Poland. What about you? You're not very close to doing anything, right? 214. You like Russia. Why do you like Russia? Friendly attitude. Oh no, never mind. It makes sense. I thought it didn't make sense, but it does actually make sense. Fine, fine. I need that help though. I need people to fight my war for me. I can't beat the Russians with 40,000 guys. I don't think. I mean, that's 30, 50, 70, and a bit. Yeah. I mean, my troops are probably stronger than the Russian troops, but yeah. Come on from the French. Wish I could put like an alert on these things. Like say, hey, tell me as soon as somebody wants to say yes here. Sweden's very close. Please declare one Münster. I still would love to now, but let's butter up the Swedes again. I mean, it's just a couple of butters here, but hey. And a new mill guy. Don't need manpower. You're both full price, but I mean, money is something I have some of. Could grab a force limit guy and then go over force limit. I mean, over my current force limit. This allows me to hire 5 more guys. Now, that might be a problem, but I'm going to do it anyway. The reason it might be a problem is that it's quite possible that our advisor dies. He will die at some point, and then we're going to be over force limit. It's going to be freaking expensive. But what can you do, right? I dislike that I spent 177 mil and I'm making less money on trade right now. That's no fun. But yeah, I completely forgot about this place. And honestly, this might even have been the better place to be in the long run. Although, why do I have so much trade power here? Is it just transfer? Oh yes, because I'm gaining 20 from Utrecht. So it's quite possible that as soon as that runs out, I should no longer collect there. It's not actually good because it means I make less money, but it might mean that it was kind of correct. 6 reasons, come on. I have the Diplo rep. My army isn't super strong, I'll admit. And the Russians, so if the Russians go to war, but if the Russians go to war, we go to war, right? Yeah, I don't know if I can ask for support independence meanwhile. Austria moving troops, what does that mean? What are you doing, Austria? What are your plans? Tell me what your plans are. When was Castile? It wasn't 60 something, right? It was 70 something. Or did we already spend that much time? Oh, you're at war again, Castile? Still at war, never mind. But your truce to the Russians, yeah, 75. It's 9 more years. 9 years are a lot to spend just hanging around, hoping for Diplo reputations. Diplo reputations? Liberty desire. Diplo reputation does help, but I meant liberty desire. Can I actually fabricate claims? Apparently I can. Right, subjects can fabricate, of course. So, I should probably be fabricating on these Austrians, right? I don't see the support independence working with those. So, let's build that spy network. Are you like allied to the Russians? No, you're allied to Castile and the Swedes. Which is people I also want to ally. Well, I want them to support my independence, which in the end will lead to... What did the Papal State... Did you just become... No, they're still Catholic. Thought for a second that they had swapped over to Protestant. Or Reformed. Which would have been just great. Just great. So I'm spying on you. I don't really want to spy on the Poles because I need them to love me. Same goes for you guys. The Danes. Do we still have all those claims on the Danes? We do. Not that I can act upon them. And there's going to be more admin to just throw away. Oh, throw away. Development is good to have, obviously. But it never feels good. Never does feel good. Put some points into Münster. It's rich. Might as well be richer. Might as well be richer. So how long are we gonna receive trade power from the people? These people. Utrecht. Receiving. It's the length of a truce, right? I believe. No, I don't have a truce to Utrecht. I'm confused. Shouldn't this tell me how long it is? If it's not bound to a truce? Huh. Weird. Weird. Doop. Did that development mean I can build more ships, maybe? One more. Way. Might have been the development, might have been autonomy ticking down, might have been both. Speaking of autonomy ticking down, are there any autonomy minus buttons I should be pressing? Probably, right? Kassel looks like a place that really... Bam. Cleaves? Sure. Anybody else? Yeah, Meppen, might as well. Looking for places with relatively high autonomy while having low unrest. You could argue that I should wait for the Age of Absolutism to do this, but it's still a while, and I don't think that matters too much. Starting to lose claims on Dithmarschen here. Not like that. Let's regain those. Come on, finish your war, Poland. France. Not really dying to the Castilians at all, unfortunately. Would be nice if they did, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? No, I could as always turn off my forts, but I don't know that that's necessarily the best way to go here. Truce to Aachen has ended. Don't think I have a truce to Utrecht. There's a lot of truce happening here. There's one. 1567, December. Okay, very soon. Did I just not see it? Apparently I just didn't see it. Fine. I'm blind. We know that. It happens. People are coming home. That means that's the end of the Polish War. That means I can ask for them to support my independence. Thank you. Perfect. That puts our liberty desire high, which means... I'm not sure of personal unions. I'm not paying taxes, am I? Don't think I'm paying taxes. But also the embargoes shouldn't be working anymore. So there's the end of the Utrecht thing, which I believe should cost me most of my trade power in the English Channel. Poland declared war on Austria. Reconquest. Okay. Ah. Russia stopped the embargoing, so we're no longer at 50 liberty desire. Good thing we grabbed the Poles' support there just in time before they went back to war. I like Austria being beaten up, of course, but I don't love the fact that it's the Poles growing even more. Or vice versa. Either way, it's bad. Denmark. I mean, they don't like me much. Yeah, Denmark is not an option. Milan. Probably not an option either. Denmark. Well, you don't hate me. Could butter up the Danish. Let's do that. I mean, they're not super powerful. Dying to noble rebels. There goes the trade power transfer. So that should put me down to less than... Yeah, it puts me down to 2%. Which means I'm capped on dip. Ooh, dip. Who caps on dip? Do I have stuff that needs... I feel like there's culture that needs converting in my land. Kassel is a place that really needs to go. As is is oversticht. Can't do U yet because there's still 2.5 separatism. Can do U. Now we could wait until we get religious ideas. But we need to finish religious ideas, I believe, to get the culture conversion. Yeah. That's gonna be a while. Because we need to take an admin tech and then power through religious ideas. That's a lot. I think I don't want to wait for that. I think I just do... I mean, it's a super expensive place to do, but... Gotta start somewhere, right? Let's start changing that culture. No more state smuggling. Which apparently was a good thing for us. Now, trade. We are now making 1.14 ducats here. It seems to me as if it's better we go elsewhere. Okay. They really want to keep our liberty desire down, do they? Okay, 11 ducats in trade. Now I'm gonna move Guy from the English channel into our home node. And we should go higher, I believe, from 11 ducats to something slightly better, I hope. Yeah, 11.6. It's not great. But we're starting to get back to the point where we used to be. And that's with these things running out. So I guess there are reasons. I'm building a spy network on Austria. I wouldn't mind a gold mine. I feel like I had claims on that before, when it was still Bohemian. But I mean, it's always better to have a claim than to need it. Still can't really do any of that. Denmark is pretty close though. What happened to the Swedes? Why is Sweden no longer up there? Oh, you had war. I see. Very close to accepting once they're no longer at war. What is this war? Poland and Lithuania. Oh, that's a rough war. Herald from Trier. And we're at the end of another session. Pretty... well, not much happened, but we do need, actually required, to find people to support our independence before we can do anything here. Well, we could technically just declare war on the Russians, but that does not seem like a thing that would work. We have support from Poland. Maybe that's enough once they're no longer at war. Yeah, we should at least think into that next time. Oh, the Russians are allied with the Brits though now. Ugh. Don't like that, and the Brits love them. Yeah. There are gonna be issues. There are gonna be issues. But Poland and Lithuania is a strong ally, right? Military, armies. Poland is at 40k, which is actually not nuts. Plus another 35,000. That's essentially Russian numbers right there. Now, Lithuania is probably way behind in tech. Tech 12 in Lithuania, tech 12 in Poland. We're 13. And Russia is at 12. So actually this is fine. Yeah, maybe go to war next episode. Not this one though. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, as always, please smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. And if you have anything to say, comment section. Comment section. I read your comments and respond to them again, I promise. Once I have time. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.